sixth sense, because he's aware of the predator's presence, even though he can't see him. He knows that something's watching him. He knows that something's off in nature. Like he's so very in tune with nature that when that abnormality gets introduced, he, recognizes that.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, Billy would probably find like, a tunnel neck kind of like location where like he can possibly maybe fight one-on-one a single alien.
Yeah.
And he may kill it, but he's definitely going to die because of that, because the alien is...
yeah, most definitely. I mean, the guy...
he's going to cut himself up, too.
He's going to run up there, he's going to run up there with a machete and try to, like, probably do the same thing he did against Predator, which is kind of like, I'm a man, I feel no pain, and, like, cut open his chest.
It's kind of like a warrior standoff, like the last
I said before, though, in Predator, when he screamed and you didn't see him, maybe he didn't scream because he was killed. Maybe he screamed because he realized how much it hurt when he cut himself, and it just didn't register. It just didn't register until like a few seconds after.
Yeah, and he's just like, ooh, that was a bad idea.
He's over there rubbing Neosporin on it.
And the Predator's just standing there.
This is gonna scar.
And the Predator's just standing there shaking his head like, what the hell are you doing?
The Predator's like, yeah, you're not worth the kill. I'm just gonna walk away.
The Predator's like, sorry, I don't kill women, so I'm gonna walk by you and just move on to the other dudes.
Sad thing is, aliens don't distinguish between the two. So.
Yeah. Okay, so then we'll say that, so Blaine and Dutch are left. Blaine still has Old Painless, although Old Painless at this point is probably really low on ammunition. And then Dutch, probably also equally low on ammunition. I would say that... I would see Dutch himself getting more wise, waiting for them to come at a closer pace where he can actually see the xenomorphs of the aliens at a better view. Right.
I mean, these guys are trained...
Also, too, like, using his surroundings to his advantage.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when he was fighting the Predator, he was getting, like, super MacGyver on him.
Yeah, maybe instead of rubbing mud on himself, he'll rub, like, boogers from the wall all over himself and try to blend in.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. It's not going to work, but I can see him doing it.
Then after, 5 minutes, the boogers will start to harden and he'll just be a statue.
He just realized he stuck himself in the wall and waiting for a facehugger to come.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see that the remainder... Maybe like at this point, like both Blaine and Dutch take out like maybe like 10 more.
That's where I would see that too, and I see them getting more wise, knowing the distance of when they pop, like how far their acidic blood spread out.
Yeah.
To the distance where they can actually see them and try to keep in that range.
Right. And then.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that at this point, the remainder few that I see Blaine, using Old Painless to, basically bottleneck any ones that he can still get. But I see them also kind of like with Blaine's like low ammunition, kind of like rushing him. But at the same time, I see it being like a situation where it's more or less the acid explosion that kills Blaine.
Yeah.
And so basically, I see a pool of goo with Jesse the Body Ventura's hat on it.
That's sad.
Yeah, and then so Dutch, all the xenomorphs are dead. Dutch is left. Probably has no ammunition left. Probably maybe have like his sidearm, a knife.
I'll say grenade.
What about the satchel charge?
Well, I would think that like with like what I was getting at with like him going all MacGyver and stuff was that like he probably would have used that, set up like booby traps and stuff, and that between Dutch's MacGyver skills and Blaine's hard heavy firepower, be able to take the remaining.
Because there were still like 21 of them left.
Yeah. And that's impressive. I mean, two guys taking out 21 xenomorphs by themselves. So I'd say that Dutch would probably have like maybe 1, 2 at the very most grenades left on him, sidearm, and then his big ass knife that he throws into little Vietnamese people and tells them to stick around.
Wasn't that in South America that it happened?
I don't know, dude.
I was talking to Gilbert.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Dutch with his skills. and not wanting to sacrifice his men, but his men would definitely die for him.
Right. And then on top of it,
get him that far.
His I'm the action hero, kind of luck about him. And so then it's just Dutch and the Queen.
Yeah, and I don't see this fight lasting too long though, because it is the Queen. There's no way to actually get rid of this one, and with such low firepower, her exoskeleton is a lot harder, a lot thicker.
Do you think that her exoskeleton can would a grenade be enough to do some kind of damage? Or?
Oh, I think it would definitely do some damage. Kill her? Nah, I don't think
it would kill her. Because it's an explosion. It's a high
explosion with shrapnel, but yeah, I mean, the whole entire part of her, I mean...
If something like the kind of grenades they use can blow up stuff like transports, like jeeps and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure it could kill her too.
What grenade are we talking about? Is it it's?
I was thinking like a frag.
Is it pineapple grenade?
Frags
is
too.
it?
Yeah.
Is it
it's a M27 like baseball shaped grenade.
Oh, okay. And so then Billy, or I keep on calling him Billy. Dutch needs to get it, throw it, and then hit it with at such an angle, because what was it? We saw that the Queen can survive being attacked by her own xenomorphs, because what was it? They were trying to get that big giant sack of butt off of her. Right?
Yeah.
Guys are just nodding at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. She I guess.
And the
she
Queen's
got up from it by herself though.
Yeah, the Queen's a lot smarter. The Queen's faster. The Queen's a lot stronger, and it's a lot bigger. I mean, the Queen's an average height is 15 feet.
Yeah.
15 to 20 feet. So I mean, she's a big lady.
She's a big lady, but she's at a huge disadvantage because that's Conan.
That is Conan. Yeah. I definitely do see the frag. I mean, it has to be perfect. I mean, I for the Queen to sit there and let it happen. If it doesn't
kill and it lands by her feet, it could blow off her legs.
I think it would definitely do some damage to her, but she does have. She doesn't have an extra set of legs, but she does have an extra set of arms, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're little T-Rex arms, dude. What good are they going to do in the first place?
It's still good. It's still good.
Okay,
what are they going to do? You have to get really close.
Okay, so even if we say if the grenade isn't enough, say the grenade, it for some reason it's not enough to kill, the Queen. Dutch is going to know to get the heck out of there and run past all of his booby traps and stuff that he set up, and try to get out there and get into the open. What
I can see where you're going with there. The thing is, I don't think the Queen is going to be the kind of person that's going to just cut straight through. She knows her hive.
Right.
She has other ways to get around, and she's going to figure it. I mean, she's going to cut him out, cut him off along the way. She's not going to try to get on his backside. Yeah. One thing about the Queen, she loves to look at her prey, or your prey.
You get it?
Yeah. Okay, so even if say Dutch runs past all those booby traps and the Queen is able to avoid them, and Dutch even takes a queen tail to the chest, and
gets impaled, and
he gets some tail. He still possibly got one more grenade left, and he's gonna
If that's the case, I mean, she's gonna impale him. He's probably gonna pull that grenade, because I mean, how long is the guy's gonna last? He got impaled by a big ass tail right through the chest. Right. It's probably severed his whole entire spinal cord. So
oh, now we're being realistic.
I'm just saying, if he does pull it,
it's Dutch, man.
I give it a 50-50.
I can see. You know what? I see him having enough time and strength to pull it out. Pull the pin, light a cigar, and say something really witty to her before it goes off.
Yeah, he's like, "Here's looking at you."
I said something witty, not something not funny.
It's not the Duma.
Or who is your daddy, or what does he do? Bam, over. Tie.
Oh man, yeah. You know,
if the queen does survive, she's definitely messed up.
and she's gonna remember.
Yeah, she's gonna remember Dutch. Like I said, to me,
He won't be, spider, vagina.
oh no, he will definitely not. I mean, but you gotta think about that baby. That baby is gonna be freaking awesome if he was able
It'd be
to.
It would
a
be-
buff ass alien.
Yeah,
It'd be at the
beefy.
gym, like doing reps, and the only way that the alien can communicate is through Arnold one-liners.
It goes to talk and its little mouth comes out spitting out one-liners.
Like the colonial marines are going against the aliens again, and they hear in the distance like, "I'll be back. Screw you, Billy." Turbo Man. And they're like, "Oh, something's following us."
I'll just say that would be an awesome alien.
Yeah,
that would be one beefy Conan,
It'd be the
Terminator.
It'd be the first
kindergarten cop
ever.
alien.
It'd be the first ever king alien.
Yeah. And then who would beat that?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't even think a predator could beat that.
I say for shits and giggles, we should impregnate the good old Arnold just for that baby.
No,
I don't want to.
No. I'll give you that. The queen wins. I'll give you that. It's
But barely.
Yeah,
She's gonna remember.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have nightmares.
I mean, seriously,
she's gonna see that cleft tooth, and she's just gonna like be tossing in her sleep, be like, Austrians, oh my god. So, what it comes down to, it's that the aliens, they had a home field advantage.
They just know the place better. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and also too, the Dutch's team, they had no way of tracking, the aliens other than a tracker, but they didn't have what the colonial marines had, as far as
motion sensors.
Motion sensor, yeah. But
now, granted, if they had the motion sensor,
right, this
fight, honestly, I think we probably would have just killed one of Dutch's platoon.
It probably would have been, Vagina Joker?
Yeah, it would have been Hawkins.
Yeah, it would have been Hawkins.
Because I mean, they have the training, they have everything that's going on for them.
They're more of a unit. Than the
they're way more
were.
put together.
Right, because if you compare how Dutch's platoon handled, dealing with the predator in that situation, keeping it together, compared to the way the colonial marines dealt with the xenomorphs, they kind of went to pieces.
Oh yeah, if Dutch platoon had the upgraded armor, this fight would have been totally different. There's no way the xenomorphs would have won.
If you think about it, though, the colonial marines armor wasn't really that effective either.
Yeah, it would only
paper
help
mache.
you.
Yeah.
It would give you at the maximum like a few seconds to get the armor off.
Futuristic, my ass.
Yeah.
It was really thin sheet metal.
Okay, so this fight, aliens.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Dick.
All right, guys. So, next podcast we're gonna be doing the nostalgia episode, and we're gonna be talk about just like stuff from our childhood. Talk about cartoons and video games from the mid to late 80s.
There could be some
kid shows.
It's gonna be a
like
variety
that.
of things.
Yeah.
There could be some Alf. We never know, but stay listening for that.
I think we're gonna do a battle royale, like a 4-way, battle royale. We're gonna pick out our loved childhood characters and then have them murder each other, and
Have a good old time with that.
Yeah.
And hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube it's Invasion of the Podcasters. Same on Facebook, and
Twitter is a little different. It's at Invasion of the Podcast.
no at the end.
Yeah.
No.
And JP's totally on top of keeping things updated on that Twitter.
I put 3 tweets out today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
After you
Congratulations.
guys all yelled at me.
So wait, so you barely put him out like a few hours ago?
Like within the last hour.
That's awesome.
While we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So there is some tweets up.
Nice, awesome. And also check us out at the Stallion Radio Network on the podcast app for your smartphone and whatnot. And yeah, have a good one. Good night, good morning, and good evening.
Good night, good morning, good evening.
I don't know, dude.
Okay, bye everyone.